I feel like a lot of sexual experiences start in the home, but a lot of women know this. A lot of men are baffled by this, but young girls start masturbating at surprisingly young ages. Like when you're a toddler, yeah, a lot of young girls will rub up on things. One of my earliest memories is my dad walking in on me rubbing up on a plastic chair, and we both have to live with remembering that forever. But in the year 2000, same year, I was 10. I was in the 6th grade, and I was hopeless. I would walk around with my copy of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like all the books in the one book, like that one, so, massive. And I had also a manila folder full of dog drawings that I would carry around. And I had a pixie haircut because my my idol at the time was, it still is, Sergeant Olivia Benson, Law & Order SVU. So I was having a hard time. I went to school in Washington Township, New Jersey. Really? Jersey, which part? Inglewood? I've heard of it. Washington Township is like, you drive in and there's a giant water tower and it says, "Welcome to Washington Township, a premier community." And the clock is like broken on it. But every girl in the 6th grade had a Coach purse and the fake nails and the tan already. And I had just moved from like right near Camden. My family was broke, and then all of a sudden we weren't because my dad got a job. So I still thought I was poor, you know? Like, I remember I was so poor that one time a kid before we moved told me that Santa Claus wasn't real. And I was like, that's not possible. My parents can't afford that many presents. Oh, it was my grandma buying them all along. Anyway, so I also have what is called a geographic tongue. And a geographic tongue is when you're born with a tongue that has ulcers all over it all the time. So anything that's like spicy or slightly acidic, if I eat it, my tongue will swell up. And when I was a kid, I used to have to soak it in milk or like put baking soda on it to get the swelling to go down. And it's supposed to go away like once you hit puberty, but my mom's never did, mine never did. My tongue looks real fucked up. And I had this complex, I thought that like nobody would ever kiss me, right? Not only because like I would like sit in history class and like I got bullied a lot, so this guy would always be like, "Oh, like your new haircut makes me really horny." And I'd be like, "Oh, fuck, what does that mean?" I like can't even talk to anybody about this because I don't know what he's talking about. I like kids would call me a lesbian all the time, and I didn't know what that meant either. So I was just like, maybe I am. I don't know. I was terrible at fending off middle schoolers because I was horribly, I think, just genuine, which is always a mistake in middle school. But so I had this complex that nobody was ever gonna kiss me, and so I would practice kissing a lot, you know, like on the walls of the shower or in my hand. But it wasn't like kissing, you know. But at the time, we had this dog. His name was Prince. He was a setter mix. He was like a bench setter, which is like the bigger setters. So he was like really barrel chested. He was built like a football player out of season, you know? And he fucking acted like one too. Real stupid. He eventually died because he ate all of the napkins at Thanksgiving dinner. None of the food. All of the napkins. And he got blocked up, and that was Prince. But at the time, at this point in time, he was in his prime. He was a good-looking dog, I guess, as far as it goes. And I don't know. I mean, I guess this is weird, but I don't like. Looking back, I'm the oldest of 4 kids. So my sister also, when she was young, she was like, "I'm gonna marry the dog." You know what I mean? And I think that's a really common thing that kids go through, where you're like, this is the only person that always loves me. Anyway. But Prince was also, he was a real sweet dog. He was the type of dog where, like, you could do anything to him. You could put sunglasses on him or a hat, you know, and he'd just kind of sit there and take it. And so for, like, a few months, I sat on this, and I was like, I'm going to kiss that dog. I just want to see what it feels like because I need to be prepared. Another thing I was doing in middle school was being forced to be on the swim team. And so we would start in like May and we'd swim in this lake. And I don't know if you've ever felt the feeling of like a fish hitting your leg and then speeding away, but that's what it feels like when you try to kiss a dog. But like in your mouth. I'm not proud of it. And it didn't, like, work. Like, it wasn't good. Nobody enjoyed it. I told my boyfriend this story recently, and he was like, that's so funny. I watched a movie where, what did you say? This woman sucked a dog's dick? And she, when she was 13, and she told her boyfriend about it, and he, like, like ruined their relationship. So now it's just out there. You're welcome. Thank you guys so much.